All right, so I want you guys to go ahead and turn to page 56, and I want you to take a moment, and I want you to look at the warm-up that I have for you on page 56 at the top. So Karen's got this number line here, and she's thinking to herself, everything looks pretty good, but then Andre comes up and says, that doesn't look right to me. So what I want you to do is I want you to spend a couple minutes. Hey, you guys saw it's not very cold in Oswego now. I want you to take a couple moments, and I want you to explain why you think Karen's right, or if she's not correct, how can Andre fix it? Okay? Go ahead and pause the video now, and yeah. So if you understood what you were doing and you think you got everything explained out, I'm going to have everything written out here pretty soon. If you are not sure exactly what to do, may I give you a recommendation that you expand out everything, what the actual value of each thing is, and then go ahead and try and explain. So you can pause the video if you want to expand it out. For those of you that did not, or that finished, so I want you to take a moment and I want you to look at something. When you expand out everything that Karen's done, you're going to notice that you got 1 over 10,000, 2 over 10,000, 3 10,000s, 4 10,000s, so on and so forth. And then right here is where Andre's like, that doesn't look right, okay? So, you know, we typically think that within our number lines, as we are progressing to the right, our numbers get bigger, which you're noticing here, okay? Look, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then naturally, when we hit 9, we think that we're going to go up to the next exponent. Well, here's the issue that we have, is take a moment and think on a typical number line, okay? First of all, if you are a negative number, in this case a negative exponent of negative 4, and we want to get bigger, are you going to go to negative 5? No. If we're going to get bigger, we're going to go to negative 3, because negative 3 is bigger than negative 4, okay? I want you to take a look here. Every single one of these is a 10,000th. But then all of a sudden, we go to 100,000th? That doesn't seem right. And this is the mistake that Karen has made. And if you are sitting there thinking to yourself, how the heck did I miss that? Don't worry. I did the exact same thing, and I made a mistake, and I'm sitting there looking at it like, what did Karen do wrong? She didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't until I expanded everything out and noticed that Karen is not correct, okay? So the question then states, all right, well, how can we fix this number line, okay? There's 2 ways that we can fix this number line, okay? The first thing we can do, as I discussed, we have negative 4. If we want to make it bigger, we're going to go not to negative 5, but we're going to go to negative 3, okay? Naturally, if you look, we go 10 to the negative 3rd. That's going to give us 1/1000th, and 1/1000th of a piece is much bigger than 1/10,000th of a piece. So how the number line can be fixed, we can either change this end one to negative 3rd, or if you want to leave it as negative 5th, then every single one of these needs to be changed to what? I want you to kind of think about it, okay? What negative exponent that the next one in line to get bigger is negative 5, okay? Well, look here, we had negative 4 to negative 3. If I'm at negative 5, that's the next biggest one. What number is going to get me to the next biggest? Negative 6. So then all of these exponents would be changed to negative 6. I'm not going to write them all out to save time, okay? So that was just our brief one, okay, our warm-up. If you didn't get it, relax. All is still well. Okay, so for our next portion of our video, I want you guys to look at the bottom on page 56. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare small numbers on a number line. So the first part, question 1, I don't have it on mine, but on yours, is I want you to label the tick marks on the number line. Okay, now notice this number line has -5. I'm going to give you a slight hint. Take a look at what we just got through doing with our negative exponents. That's my hint. So what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video and answer questions 1 through 4. All right, so I cheated and I had everything all ready to rock. So this is what your number line should look like, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and start answering some of these. So we have letter A is pretty straightforward. It's going to go straight up here. Letter B, though, is a little bit more difficult. Notice that the exponent is different. And this is where things come into play, where we practice in our warm-up, okay? If I've got -7, but I want it to get to -6, okay? I am going to have to multiply by a power of 10, because remember, if you have 10 to the -7 times another 10, you add the exponents together. Okay, -7 plus the imaginary 1 here is going to give me -6. So now if I multiply by power of 10 here, what am I going to do here? Yep, I'm going to divide by 10. 6 divided by 10 is going to give me 0.6. So I now have 0.6 times 10 to the -6th. And we're going to put B right over here. Okay? And remember, feel free to pause at any point in time of the video to challenge yourself. Okay? C, same problem again. We have 29 times 10 to the -7th. I want to get to 10 to the -6. So once again, I'm going to multiply by 10. Which means I'm going to divide this one by 10. 29 divided by 10 is going to give me 2.9 times 10 to the -6th. So C is at 2.9, which is about here. And then our last one, D, okay? 0.7 times 10 to the -5th. I want, once again, to 10 to the -6. So this time, I actually want my power of 10 to get smaller. So I'm going to divide by 10, which then means, what am I going to do over here? Yup. I'm going to multiply by 10. This is going to give me 7 times 10 to the -6. So then D is going to go here. Okay? Next one for problems 3 and 4. Which one is larger? Once again, the same thing. You can convert. I personally am going to convert this one to 10 to the -7th. Okay, so divide by 10, which means I'm going to multiply this. And then 6 times 10 to the -6th is our bigger. And it says estimate how many times larger. Well, take a moment and just kind of focus on this. 29 to 60. How am I going to get from 29 to 60? Well, I'm going to multiply by 2. So it's about 2 times larger. Okay? And then the next one, which one is larger? Once again, convert. This one I'm going to convert 10 to the -8. So that is a multiply by 10. And then that means I'm going to divide by 10 over here. 3 divided by 10. Okay, look. 3 divided by 10. Oh my God. 3 divided by 10. Oh gosh, how do I say this fraction? 3/10. 3/10. 0.3. Okay, and then, so on this particular example, I have 0.3 times 10 to the -8 and 7 times 10 to the -8. Obviously, 7 times 10 to the -8 is our larger one. But how many times larger? Well, if I were to do 7 divided by 0.3, and I cheated and used the calculator, so you guys can deal with it, it is about 20 times larger. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, give you